Hey guys, it's a Vintage Librarian, and I am here to talk to you about week one 21 day fix for myself. So I started back on 21 day fix, and if you guys don't know what that is, I'm going to try to add some videos and little things like that into this vlog that I'm doing, but hopefully I'll add some pictures for you in here. But basically what 21 day fix is they give you these little containers, right? And each of these containers represent your fruits, your vegetables, your proteins, your carbs, your healthy fats, and then you have like teaspoons of what you can have a day. And depending upon your size and where you fit on this graph that they have is where you can be then placed onto their graph, and then it tells you how many vegetables you can have a day, how many fruit servings you can have a day, how many servings of protein you can have a day. And each of these little boxes that are color coded, which is really awesome by the way, are all different sizes. That way you don't have to sit there and try to figure it out. All you gotta do is put that item in that little plastic little Tupperware sort of container and then just put it on your plate. That way you can start learning, okay, this is what my portion sizes need to be looking like, and this is what I should be eating versus how I was eating. Now let me tell you, when I did 21 Day Fix the first time, which was about 3 years ago, I was doing CrossFit at the time for almost about 2 years. And I'm telling you what, when I did 21 Day Fix along with a regimented exercise routine, it was a game changer. Game changer. I thinned down, I really leaned out. It was awesome. I loved my body. And then I got pregnant. And so I went from 155, super lean, amazing body, like just it was the best I'd ever felt in my life. It wasn't the smallest I've ever been, but it was definitely the most healthy and lean I'd ever been. I actually even used to be able to climb a rope, guys. I couldn't even do that when I was in school as a kid. So I even learned how to climb a rope. It was amazing. It was amazing. So, I had my kid and then got really heavy and just kind of really had a hard time. In the last couple of years, I've just had a hard time losing weight as well. But I'm kind of hoping that this vlog not only keeps me regimented, but also kind of gives you guys some advice on how this works. So this was my breakfast every single morning. The first time I actually did 21 Day Fix, I didn't actually purchase the Shakeology stuff. So you can really lose a lot of weight, guys, even if you don't buy into this. Now, if you do have the extra funds to do that through Beachbody and get the Shakeology, I do recommend it. It is one of the number one basically meal replacement shakes. I think something else is actually number one, but Shakeology is really one of the best meal replacement shakes I've ever had. And I'm not a huge breakfast eater, and this is my go-to recipe. It's super fast, super easy. If you like darker kind of chocolates, this isn't really milky, but you want something kind of get that chocolate sugar rush away and still have breakfast or just lunch or dinner, this is it. So this is day one here. I wanted to go ahead and weigh myself. Now, just FYI, day one here, I weighed myself when I had my dress on, my crinoline, everything. I'm 189.4 right there, as you can see. And I also just started as well, so that obviously kind of fluctuates with bloating and everything. So just an FYI where I started on day number one. So this is my day one lunch: jasmine rice, tilapia with Old Bay, and some cherry tomatoes with some garnish. And then I had a little snack of broccoli later that afternoon. I drank a whole lot of water that day. I had to drink half my body weight in ounces, so that's about 5 of these dang bottles. So I just chug a warm water bottle down all the time. That evening, I made us some more tomatoes without the milky sauce mixture my husband put together, because it wasn't really massively 21 Day Fix appropriate, but, I went with it, and he was just sweet to make it. I did tilapia with some Old Bay seasoning. That's jasmine rice. Anytime you see the white rice, it's not white rice, it's jasmine rice. It just has better properties to eat than regular white rice. And then we've got our cherry tomatoes to the side with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, some parsley, salt, pepper, and mozzarella cheese on it. And you can see I'm putting it into the green container. And that green container, when you look at it on a plate, that's a whole lot of green. And this is really what we should be eating. And I eat off of these kids' plates all the time. because that really should be our portion size. That's the carb container one right there. And then that's the tilapia, which is the protein, which is in a red container. But you can see my containers all hanging out right there that I have with me at home. So, day 2 I wanted sweet potatoes, and I also wanted a rotisserie chicken, but could not get one. It's really hard for me to cook with my toddler, but rotisserie chicken is a really good, quick, easy way to get a good meal. And I couldn't find sweet potatoes, strangely, at my Walmart, but I found these. These are really great, and it really doesn't have a whole bunch of ingredients in it. It's just the potatoes and then the seasoning packet, and you can put butter or oil on it. I just put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on it. And then my mangoes, don't judge how I cut my mangoes, but they were really nice and in season, and I could tell they were ready and ripe, and I love them warmed up. So that's going to be really, really tasty right there. I'm very excited about this one as well. So I got some nice mangoes here, going to be nice and tasty. And then I have some chicken here as well, just finishing it up, giving it a little browning, cooking it to temp. And pretty much all I stuck on it was a seasoning, a little bit of seasoning that I have here. That's probably cheating a little bit because there's a whole bunch of random other stuff on it, but you know what? Sometimes a girl's got to do what she's got to do, and even though I'm doing 21 Day Fix, I'm sticking to be as pure as possible and really taking into account how much spices I put on things. So I still feel really good about what I did here and how things are looking. So far so good. Day 2 is looking really well. Yeah, pretty proud of myself for today. Things are looking good. So for day 3, I pretty much ate what I had for dinner the day before for my lunch. And then for dinner, I kind of had an upside down day. I had some wheat bread and some eggs. And that sort of thing really doesn't bug me. I don't mind doing something just as simple as this. I just cooked my eggs in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and some toast, and I just like to dip it in it. And it's wheat toast, by the way. And it doesn't really bother me at all to just have that. And when I got a little more hungry again, for my fruit, I went ahead and just cut up a small apple, and then I put a little bit of honey on top of this, mixed it around in a bowl, then I put some cinnamon powder on it, and then I baked it in the oven for about, oh gosh, basically till it was tender, honestly. I just did it at 350 degrees until it was tender, and it was awesome. It's day 4 of the 21 Day Fix. This is my breakfast. Just the oatmeal. I did put the nuts inside of it because it didn't have any sugar. I made sure it was the appropriate amount. I did, however, put in a spoon, not a heaping spoon, but a little bit of a spoon of brown sugar in it and mixed it up. I did not put the dried fruit inside. I felt like dried fruit has too much sugar in it, and unless I dry it myself, I'm not going to eat it. It's just too much sugar. So pretty much this is like 2 yellow containers to me. Maybe like 1.5, but I really think it's like 2 yellow containers. But it's the morning. This is my meal. And then I have my Americano over here. So day 4, here we go. So this I got at Panera Bread with my mother. This whole bowl was absolutely full. It's like some Thai chicken salad with a Thai vinaigrette. It had quinoa in it. It had romaine lettuce. It had corn. It had some black bean, chicken feta cheese, red bell peppers, lots of good greens and good carbs. Everything in it was great. It just was too much of a serving, and I already knew it was too much of a serving, so I went ahead, and you can see at the top of the picture that I went ahead and got a little to-go portion and went ahead and divided it. First thing was first, and I divided the vinaigrette as well, and then I have my apple up top, and I kept that apple for later when I got hungry. This filled me up. Honestly, it really did. Half of this salad filled me up, and I counted it as 2 greens, 1 protein, and half of my healthy fats, and 1 carb. And one last thing, I did have that rest of that salad for my supper that night. And since I didn't have greens that morning and I only had the oatmeal, obviously that fulfilled my quota. So I had my 4 greens just from this meal all alone. So yeah, it was really an easy day for me. My husband actually bought us some veggie burgers and hot dogs for the kids. So my father-in-law grilled these out that day. I did not eat a patty. Mustard is a freebie with 21 Day Fix. You can have as much mustard, I guess, as you want. So I just had some mustard to dip it in. I had my cherry tomatoes, I had some mango, and I had my coffee and water again that day. So this was basically like my Saturday. And I actually ate another veggie burger and basically the same exact theme later that evening as well. One of the things I like to do is make my own coffee. You can see I have my own little percolator that makes espresso or hot coffee for myself. And the pan is so I could heat up my almond milk. And I put some cocoa powder in there, like 1.5 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And then I did 1 tablespoon of maple syrup and then a splash or so of vanilla extract. Mix that all together. Then I put the coffee and then the soy milk on top, or excuse me, the almond milk on top, and had myself a nice little coffee drink here that I put together, kind of like my own little mocha. Now, one of the interesting things about 21 Day Fix when you read the booklet, and I will put a link in the description box below to the booklet that you can get without buying it, really, and look at online to see how you like this program. But you'll see that milk is counted as a carb, but the woman who actually wrote this whole thing together said she never counted almond milk as a carb because it was just so low in everything. It was low in calories, low in everything. It just was kind of like coffee. It was just nothing. So the only reason why she had to count it as something was because the nutritionist's advisors said she had to count it as something. So personally, I never count almond milk as anything to me. So pretty much, I think I just counted this into my teaspoons, and that was it. Honestly, that's what I counted it as. So I counted it for that. So this is my final weigh-in on Monday morning of the whole after the whole week one. Again, that is nuts that I lost that much weight. I even put the scale in the exact same place. I even looked at the little markers there of the little tiling there, how it goes, to make sure it was in the exact place where I would stand. And as you can see here, I lost 9 pounds. That's absolutely ridiculous. I've never lost that much in 1 week in my life before. In the past, I've lost more like 5 or 6 pounds a week, so if you don't lose this much, please don't get discouraged. I've never seen this happen to my body before, but then again, I've never binged eat before like I did this last year, and then I just cut myself off. I just went into this, and that was that. And it's nuts. I didn't even exercise hardly as much that week. I did do some kiddie pool kickball with the teens, and I thought I was going to die. I tried to walk some more. There was like a day or two where I know I did like 8,000 steps that day. But other than that, yeah, I don't know how I got that low other than just really changing my eating habits and just being more active in my day to day at work and making sure I got up and walked around and stuff like that. So, not sure how I got that low. I don't expect after this though, because usually after the first week, you're losing a whole lot of water weight and stuff like that, and your body's just like, whoa. But after that, I'm just expecting myself to lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week. I'm realistic. I know how this stuff works. And I know at some point I'm going to hit a wall and not lose anything. But I'm pretty realistic on this. I'm just going to be losing about 1 to 2 pounds a week. I'm going to start trying to exercise into week 2 here because I really do need to start exercising as well. And in order to, like 21 Day Fix, some of them will give you like little calendars to keep for yourself, but I didn't get that. And I actually keep my own calendar. You guys have seen me talk about this in the past before. They're called the Happy Calendars. I love these. This is the small little version. I bought this little outer part, but this is the inside of it, what it looks like when you go buy them. And I really love mine because what I do is I can mix and match and do how I will at will with my calendar. This is like my monthly part, and then my weekly looks like this. I'll show you. This is my weekly. So this was last week for me. And pretty much what I did was, you can kind of see at the bottom how I have color codings of my pins and stuff like that. That represents all of the different things that I ate and drank. So you can see the light blue up top is my water. The green is my vegetables. I can have 4 containers. And it's like, the green is definitely the biggest part on your plate. It's huge. And then the purple is my fruit, red is my protein, yellow is my carbs. This one is my healthy fats. So healthy fats would be like avocado, cheese, and then my orange is like my seeds and nuts and stuff, which it's really not orange because I didn't have an orange pin, but I knew what it was, so whatever. And then you get I have 4 teaspoons of oils that I can add in my food. Sometimes I'm a little wishy-washy on that, but I just try to make sure I'm not crazy with it. So I had a lot of really great meals this week. Hopefully, again, I'm showing here in the side what those meals look like. They're very proportionate. I'm a person that's like a creature of habit though, so sometimes I'll eat the same meal over and over and over and it really doesn't bother me. If you want to be adventurous with this, you can be, but I'm a mom. I have no time to make huge meals, and I have 2 jobs. So I'm a mom, I have 2 jobs. I just don't have time right now for all of that. So sometimes I'll cook a meal though in the evening and then use it as my breakfast, or excuse me, my lunch the next day. And then this time, which was different than my original time, was actually utilizing the Shakeology protein stuff that they have. That's actually my breakfast supplement. And I love the Shakeology shakes, legit. It's the best breakfast for me. I didn't get it this morning because I was too slow getting up today. But just FYI, you don't actually have to buy into all of the Beachbody Shakeology stuff if you don't want to do this program. You can just find out, get the little containers and start this yourself and just follow the guidelines, which you can even find online for free. What's in the red containers, what's in the green containers, what's in the blue containers, what's in the yellow containers. It's really not that hard. Basically, you're pretty much staying on the peripheral of Walmart at all times. You're just eating produce and fresh meat. You're not getting that canned stuff. The only time I've ever had anything canned was if I was getting tomatoes or black beans or anything like that to make it a little quicker, but you always kind of check, or Bird's Eye. Bird's Eye brand is really great with the steamer kind of stuff. You just have to be careful about that when you look at them. Just make sure they're not adding anything in there. Usually for me, my rule of thumb is if there's more than 5 ingredients, or I can't understand what the ingredients are, it's not as pure as to what it's supposed to be, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it in the freezer or can section. But don't get it twisted. I still do buy a couple things like that to supplement it. I still have chips once in a while, but they're corn chips if I do have them. I haven't had them yet because I just started this week. But all in all, I feel like this week has been really great for me. I will make sure I show you what my starting picture looks like in this video as well. And I will list my measurements for you as well, from what it started as to what it ended as, and as well as what my start weight this week to my end weight as well was. And I know this is a really long-winded video, but I just wanted to vlog about this every week and to just kind of give you guys inspiration, hopefully, and just to keep me, on track, really, to what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and have something to eat and hopefully see you guys soon. If you guys want to see my food that I am eating from day-to-day basis, you can check me out on Instagram. Otherwise, I'll see you next time here on YouTube and post it there. See you guys later. Bye.